Character design is provided by Demon Artie. Be sure to check her out over on her social media platforms. Links to her Twitter and Instagram are going to be in the description down below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. There was a lot of gaming news today. The Xbox had their briefing, so did Square Enix. And Guardians of the Galaxy was their big thing at Square. And it looked all right. But
Yeah.
again, just like the Marvel Avengers game, it feels like the Wish.com versions of all the characters.
It's weird.
Peter looks awful.
To like something, but yet to have like it just didn't stand the landing with how they look.
The thing, they have the same Wendy banner, so it sounds interesting, it sounds entertaining, but the look just brings it down.
Yeah.
Peter, but again, they have to be so different from the actors in the
They can't-
movies.
you have to
So they don't
pay
want to
them.
pay the extra money.
Yep.
And also, it would have been nice to have Chris Pratt's voice. As
Yeah,
Peter.
some of those lines would have been golden with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, 'cause then you would have forgiven the looks if he would have been the voice.
Because they
voice.
gave him like atomic blonde hair, and it's not even remote, and it's like kind of spiky. I know in the comics they look kind of like a comic book look, but they do things that they would do in the movies. So it's this weird mishmash of comic book and movie sensibilities, and it just feels weird. Like Mantis in the comics is nothing like Mantis in the actual
No.
in the movies. They're completely separate. But this one, it's like the movie version where she's kind of naive and happy. But why do that if it's not going to look like her?
I know,
Well, I think they
know.
took instead of taking the best of both worlds, they kind of took the worst in some of these things.
Yeah, and it just, and like Gamora looks awful. I think she looks terrible.
Literally a human dunked in green paint. That's what it looks like.
And everyone else, I'll admit, the voice acting for everyone else isn't bad. I know they're trying to do the voices of the characters.
Rocket does a good job.
Yeah.
But Drax does a pretty decent job, and so does Gamora, but Peter just falls flat for me.
Yeah.
You know what's also sad too? It's almost like you wished the video game Peter Quill could keep his mask on.
Yeah.
So I don't see his face. So he's constantly
Yeah,
just
but people
masked.
say, well, you can't see his face. Why then we're to be saying that? But I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it looks like a third-person action game, again, just kind of like the Marvel's Avengers game. But this one's supposed to be more like story-driven.
Which I kind of like. I like
Yeah,
that.
I don't want there to be, there's one of a few times where I wouldn't mind if there's no like upgrade tree or anything.
Yeah.
Just you play the game, you might get new abilities along the way for like
Well,
certain
make it
weapons,
simplistic.
but it's got to be simple. You're doing it for the story.
Yeah.
And let it be a cool Guardians of the
And
Galaxy
another
story.
thing too, because I watched that Square Enix trailer. There's actually like when you have conversations, you can pick different things.
Oh, so you have
Just
like a
saying.
dialogue wheel.
Dialogue wheel,
Yeah.
kind of like Mass Effect.
Mass Effect, and then you could make choices. So, like, I think one of the missions is like, oh, do you send Rock because you're trying to sell either Rocket or Groot to this collector lady, and it's like, oh, if you pick Groot, then you have Rocket on your team, and if you pick the other one, so
Oh,
it's
okay,
like,
so there's fun little things you can replay the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a huge presentation after the trailer.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
almost-
see
It was
that.
almost a half hour.
it was
But you know,
wild.
at least they explained the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty decent. Just that weird mishmash of movie and comic book.
Also, it's kind of weird during like the gameplay. There's like a mode where like you get like all super, and it plays that song, right?
I need to
I'm
know.
thinking like, is that the only song it plays? Because I'll get kind of bored after like the fifth time. Like,
There needs to be a beginning and when the movies, the soundtrack is almost like a character.
yeah,
We need a big soundtrack.
Big
if you're
soundtrack.
gonna do I need a hero, there's got to be a couple more songs.
Yeah, then we'll know where the money was spent. It wasn't spent getting Chris Pratt. At least you spend the money on that. You know, don't cheap everything on that.
But do you think it's just gonna be a running gag where they keep getting everyone's name wrong? They're the Gardeners of the Galaxy,
Well, it
and
kind-
then he called them Sun Lord instead of Star Lord.
Sun-Lord.
So I bet you that's gonna be like the ever gag. Everyone's names are gonna be wrong. Like people they don't know who they are.
Yeah,
I
or
want to
even-
be a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Or even
Guardians.
one of the stupid skins for Peter is his Sun Lord. So he has like a big old sun in his chest. Like, so
See-
they're even making jokes about that.
So there's gonna be it's just because after that the Marvel Adventure game was so. bleh.
But see, the funny thing about that is I like the Guardians in this kind of game.
Oh, yeah,
Not
they
the-
work a
not
little
the-
better.
Not the Avengers. I don't like that at all. Especially when they added, not to be mean, Kamala Khan for no reason.
Just because they want to make her this new character nobody likes.
Yeah, see, this is what I like about this. Like you said, 'cause it fits this kind of world.
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
kind
like
of
this.
story.
Don't
there.
fit in again. It's like, oh, the galaxy's gonna end. You gotta save it. And they're the misfits. Okay, classic story. But yeah, it looks okay. But I'm not dying to play this.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.